All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the preseason recruiting. Thank you for your patience. I'm a little tired. Been a long day, but we finally are here. The day that, many thought may never come is finally here. In fitting fashion, C3 has won the 100-yard dash because we are the Supreme Conference. So let's see. All right. I'm going to go ahead and get us rolling. For those of you that are new, this is going to be a very short version of our normal show. As weeks go on and more players get more points, you will see more recruits committing every week for every conference. So just as a heads up, I think we have 10 or 12 this week. Many times we might have that many in a single conference each week. So it'll definitely ramp up. The leaderboards are going to get posted after at some point tomorrow, probably pretty early in the morning. I just have to get everything updated and rolled over, and then recruiting forms will be open for you to resubmit due Sunday night again. But without further ado, I'm going to add the newest commissioner. So say hello to what some people will call the real USC. How's it going, man?
Great. Glad we're getting it going. I hope your dog's okay. I missed the first few minutes, but
yeah, he's doing all right. He's whining on the ground over here. Just got a big old gash on the back of his ear. So thankfully, it looks much worse than it is. But I appreciate everybody's patience. And without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get us rolling. So let's go. Everybody's favorite site, draftpicklottery.com. All right. First player up, Jonathan Hatton Jr., a running back. Mississippi State, SMU, Texas Tech, and I forget SMU. Was that the fourth school on there? All right, let's see. It was SMU. They came in last. Oh, it was UCF that I had there. My apologies. Texas Tech and Mississippi State. So Mississippi State holds serve on the favorite for Jonathan Hatton Jr., and the heartbreak after a long wait has returned for Texas Tech. But, beggars can't be choosers. That was the only one for C3, I believe, because
solo. They had a solo commit.
Yeah, the other one was the solo commit.
Tyron Horns.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Now, that means C2, which just happens to be who I have here, for Jerquaden Guilford. I'm going to do a great job pronouncing all of these names this year. I'm certain of that. Duke, Washington, and Miami of Ohio. It's not going to get confusing at all with two Miamis in C2. But you can kind of see here, Duke has about a 37% chance, Washington 35%, and Miami about 27%. So Miami of Ohio, that is. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. Coming in third place, Washington, so at least somewhat of an upset. Miami of Ohio moved up to 2, but the Duke Blue Devils hold as the favorite again for Guilford. I don't need to download Safe Search. Thank you very much. Probably the one of the top, if not the top player committing tonight, Cedarian Morgan. Pretty even split across the top three schools, Duke, Florida, and Washington, between 21 and 22.5%. North Carolina 18%, and Georgia about 16.5%. So let's see. We're just going to go 5 UNC, 4 Georgia. So we have flip-flop there. Washington, I think they dropped from 3 to 2. Nope, they didn't. Florida was slightly above them. And Duke, wow, have we had the favorites win everything so far? I think we have. So congratulations, Duke. That is 2 players locked up.
Preseason sweep.
Yeah. And now C5 came in third. We might have to just skip C1. I don't know if any of you watched the replay, but C1's runner was struggling.
It's painful.
But Deshaun Rideau, again, we have a pretty even split. Northwestern Indiana, UCSD, ASU, and Cincinnati between 21 and 17.5%. You'll see in the early weeks, there's a lot of pretty close percentages because there's just only been a small number of weeks for points to go on and those advantages to grow. And then once the hype store opens, those advantages will grow even larger as people put in visits and things like that. But for Rideau, ASU dropping down to 5, UCSD, Indiana, Cincinnati almost made it to the top. But congratulations, Northwestern. It feels a little unfair. Northwestern has 2 coaches spending time recruiting. That seems unfair. We might have to launch an investigation into impermissible benefits they're giving. I'll tell you this, if it was Baylor, they'd already be suspended. But congrats to the newest recruit to go to Northwestern, a football powerhouse. Now we have Caden Dixon-Wyatt, a receiver. I think he's going to Arizona. I think if I'm remembering that right. I've seen about 1 billion names recently, so forgive me if I'm wrong. But in the program, he's deciding between FAU, UCSD, and Arkansas. You got any predictions there on where he might go?
I think favorite again.
Favorite again. All right. We shall find out. UCSD, FAU. No. All you had to do was say it. Arkansas. Congratulations. The first upset of the
You're
night
welcome.
of the year. Woo Pig, I believe, is the same. I'm going to have to remember all of these. It's been a hot minute. So I think we have one more C5, right?
Yeah, They had a solo. Yeah.
That's what it was, a solo. Okay. On to C4 anyway, because C1 is still finishing the race. Caden Dixon-Wyatt is committing again in C4. TCU with a pretty notable lead, and then Baylor, Ole Miss, Notre Dame, and Alabama all pretty close together. I just hope he goes anywhere but Baylor, which worked out 0% of the time last cycle when I would say that. So sorry in advance for all of you if he ends up at Baylor. Oh, there we go. Not Baylor. Bama, Baylor, Ole Miss, Notre Dame, and TCU holding on as the favorite. I guess you didn't say anything this time, so yeah. That must have been what caused it.
Back on track. Yeah.
Then we have John Hebert, or Hebert, I believe is how no one pronounces it. This is pretty much a toss-up between Florida State and Kentucky. Let's see here. Yeah, Florida State, the slight edge. So congrats, Florida State, with a commit tonight. And Florida State could be the first school to get 2 commits, as R.J. Mosley, who definitely is named R.J. Mosley, not the graphic that I posted, which was a second John Hebert. But Washington State with a slight edge over FSU on this one. Let's see. Whoops. There we go. FSU, no. Congrats to the Cougars. Cougar Life. I think that was their saying, or maybe that was Houston. We'll go with Wazoo unless somebody in the comments tells me otherwise. So congrats to Wazoo. I think this was the C3 one. Yep. And finally, C1, Davian Gross, a receiver, deciding between NC State, A&M, Pittsburgh, and Texas. All about a 25% chance here. Ooh, sorry, Austin. You did not fill out enough forms to get a recruit tonight, apparently. Neither did Texas, nor did NC State. That means A&M with a slight upset. Gig 'em. All right. Do you have anything to say before your the recruit you're in on decides?
Going to the favorite. He's going to the favorite.
Going to the fit. Yeah, gotta say that to get the upset out there, right? All right. Kendra Harrison. I think he's a tight end, right? If I remember right. Yeah, he's deciding between the Cornhuskers, Clemson, and another South Carolina school, or as some people on this show would call it, USC.
Come on now.
All right. 3. Oh, not Nebraska. How you feeling?
Not bad.
Okay. Ooh. Womp, womp. Clemson with the upset. All right. I think that's all that we have. Let's see. Wazoo was Cougar Life. Thank you, Carl. Let's see here. Oh, Duke already had 2 commits also. My apologies, Carl. That is 100% my bad. I can tell you this much. Texas Tech has 0, but so does Baylor. So we can't, beggars can't be choosers. Any questions in the chat before we get to any other housekeeping, the few things that we need to go over? Do you have any questions, Steve? I know you're a veteran at this point compared to a lot of people, but
no, all good. No, no, so far so good. Appreciate everyone taking the time to fill out the forms and put up with the over an abundant number of texts and messages.
Yeah, absolutely. All the times we've tagged all of you, I apologize. Also, thank you for tolerating it. Like I said, so the leaderboard and the new form, like the form will reopen for the week 1 of recruiting tomorrow morning. I just have to process all the players that just committed to their schools, which will remove them from the Google form that you fill out for recruiting, which should make it easy for everybody. That way you don't have to worry about submitting points to anybody that is committed. The thing to note now, so we're in the regular season of recruiting. That means that you can put either 50 points or 100 points on whatever number of players you want until you hit 1,000 recruiting points spent. So if you put 100 points on 20 players, it's just going to take the first 10. So there's no please don't do that. It'll be just annoying for me to see that come in. But the system will not let you go over 1,000 points. So divvy it up however you want. If you do 50 points for everybody, that is 20 players, as we saw, so you don't have to worry about not having enough room on any forms. But the leaderboard will be, like I said, it'll be posted, and it's going to show the order of the top 5 teams, and then it also shows as players are reaching their thresholds, the color for the row of that player changes closer to green as they get closer to the threshold. Oh, Carl has a great question. Why do you look like South Carolina's actual coach? Have you ever gotten that before?
First time. Handsome fellow, though.
Yeah. Got to take that as a compliment. Absolutely. I was always just told I had a face for radio, so I don't think that was supposed to be a compliment, but I took it as one every time. So I think that's everything. We got about 15 minutes here. Like I said, the shows will get longer as we have more commits in. If you have any questions, please reach out. The Hype Store is not yet open, so if you have people committed to you this week, you still can't lock them until we open it up. But that means they also can't still be stolen. You still can't put visits, any of that in. So it'll be a couple of weeks of just doing this cycle around, getting everybody involved and back used to this as we're in the late part of March rather than the early part of August. But yeah, welcome to the new people. Welcome back to those of you that are still around and enjoying to some extent my coloring. I can't promise there won't be mistakes, but I can promise that I will never root for Baylor. So.
And it was points are due Sunday.
Correct. Sunday night, it'll be the same time. This show will hopefully be earlier next Wednesday. I don't plan on having another emergency vet visit, but so sorry about that. But the kind of plan will be either Tuesday night or Wednesday morning. The graphics that I hastily posted tonight will come out, and then you'll have an idea of who's committing that week. And on the show at around 7:30 to 8 Central Program time, we will be doing what we just did. And then the following morning, the forms and the leaderboards will be updated and reset. So yeah, I think that's everything. Pew pew for life. Go Cox. I can say that. I'm not in C1, so I can root for you there. But yeah, thanks everybody, and please reach out if you have any questions about any of the recruiting.